Yo, what's going on, boys? It's Kylie S. Back at it with a brand new video. This video, I'm going to be going over, like, pretty much basically the very basics of. Sorry, I fucking bit my lip. Fucking busted my lip the other day. Shit, it's gnarly. Anyways, yeah, so I'm going to teach you guys about, like, the very, very basics. This little boot camp I'm going to make here, or whatever, this fucking course, is going to be completely free. I do also have a free community if you'd like to join it. Link in the description on that. I'm not going to talk about that too much here. What I'm really trying to do is get people into trading. We all have to start somewhere, and you never know where. Some people will start from almost nothing, and they know no knowledge. Some people start super experienced already with investing and stuff, so they might know a little bit more. But I'm gonna start this just from bare bones, because honestly, I don't know who the fuck I'm teaching. I'm just trying to help you guys. So, anyways, let's go ahead and get right into it. All right, so bet. So before you get into trading, I'm gonna let you guys know from experience, this shit takes time. This shit takes so much time. I'm not even fucking playing, bro. This shit takes time, energy. Um, why I like it more? Okay, so trading versus investing. I'll explain. I'll explain fucking why. All right, so trading versus investing, right? You have investing, which is what most people would think when they think of trading. They think like, oh, stocks. Okay, whatever, cool. You're investing in stocks or whatever. So investing is like I go on Robinhood or I go on crypto or something, and I put like thousands of dollars in something. Um, for instance, the S&P 500. Let's just say an investor dollar cost averages, which means they just no matter what the price is, they just keep throwing money at the S&P 500. Let's say they put like 500 a month into the S&P 500. That's what they do their whole life. They do that in an IRA. Great, that's a type of investing. Even if it's not an IRA, even if you just do it on fucking Robinhood, um, that is investing. So they're just putting large amounts of money. But let's say like they've been investing for 3 months and the S&P 500 was worth $480, and then it shot up to $510 on month two, and then month three it went down to 500. The thing is like they're not making a lot of money. If this is just hypothetically, if they're investing exactly how much money at the S&P 500 actually is at the time. But my point is, you're not really going to make a whole lot of money doing that. So investing, it requires more capital up front, but the risk is way less, especially if you're holding long term. The risk is way less comparatively. And you have trading. So there's like three main types of trading here. You have crypto, you have forex, and you have futures. I mainly do. Wait, did I just say fucking? No, fucking. I mean, you can trade crypto futures and fucking crypto pairs and shit, but that could be could be linked with forex depending on what you're doing. Um, a lot of exchanges do that, but anyways, it's gonna be forex, futures, and fucking options. That's what I meant to say. Those are like the three main types. At least I'm aware of. I don't know if there's any fucking other ones, but I've been doing this for about 3 years. So um, I don't know too much about forex, so don't quote me on that. Some people in my community might be able to vouch for me and speak a little bit better. So if you do have any questions, you can just ask it in my Discord in the description. But I mainly do with futures. Beforehand, I actually dealt with options. So options is a whole another ball game, and I could fucking teach you guys how to trade options at a later day. Let me know if you want me to do that. But what I mainly specify in and why I switched to futures from options is because futures says, okay, cool, you can like literally from right here where this candle is. Keep in mind, this is a 15-minute chart. So each one of these candles, I'll get into time frames, but each one of these candles basically is 15 minutes. So this is like, I don't know, this right here is like a fucking day right here. This is like, I don't know, we'll just assume that's a day. This is 10 to whatever. So this range is like a day or whatever. But if you put it on the 1 minute, it's going to be zoomed. Anyways, fucking ADHD. Long story short, this is probably what you're used to seeing. Hold on, let me fucking pop this John out here. This is probably what you're used to seeing. This kind of shit right here, where it's like a fucking Robinhood ass chart. And let me make sure I'm fucking recording. Okay, good. It's a Robinhood ass chart. It's just a line chart. So I mean, you could look at individual levels and look on the right side. Oh, 22,000. Oh, that's so fucking cool. But the problem is with this is you're not actually getting a lot of information from this. It's just moving, and you only know where price closes. You don't know where it opens. You don't know the high or the low. And like I said, I'm gonna get into candlesticks in a minute. But before you get into trading, I just want you to know this shit takes so much fucking time. I'm not even fucking kidding. It takes so much fucking time, hours and hours and hours and hours. If you can't dedicate that, trading's probably not for you. Um, that being said, when I was in the military, I did this shit not full time. I did it part time, but I did this shit and I was successful doing it then too. I actually got funded while I was in the military still. So um, anything's possible if you do it. The thing is the concept of making time. I love. So making time, like it's kind of like a lot of people in our community also go to the gym because the gym is like I feel like the gym is a great example for many things in life when it comes to like success and shit. I feel like if you can go to the gym, you already probably understand the concept of making time. If you go to the gym like on a regular basis, because you probably know, oh shit, man, fucking running ass nose. You say, oh shit, man, like I just got off work, I'm fucking tired and shit. You realize you don't have that time, but you really do. You would rather sleep, but the thing is it starts off you're like, man, I'm not that kind of guy. That's crazy though. Why would I do that? You can become that just by doing it. Like you literally just become the guy. It's like fuck it, no, now. It's these now decisions that are ultimately going to make your life. And I'm gonna tell you right now, if you want to get into trading and you want it to change your life the way it changed my life, like I said, I'm fucking making this whole shit for you so you can learn how to do it. And if you have any questions, you can comment, or like I said, you can join the Discord. It's completely free. We don't have any kind of fucking charges or anything right now, so join up while you can. We already have like 58 people or some shit active. People are in there all the time. We have daily meetings and everything. Um, but yeah, that's the biggest fucking disclaimer I have. This takes a stupid amount of energy, and it's way more psychological than anything you've probably ever been through in your life. Believe me, it doesn't seem like it, but it is. It's like, oh, I'm just clicking buy or sell because I think it's going to go up or down. That's gambling. Thinking it's just going to go up or down. There's something called technical analysis, which I'm going to get into in a later video. But first thing you want to do if you're on TradingView is fucking take this shit, put it on candles. That's what you want. You can also put it on hollow candles if you want. Some people use bars. I think they're fucking weird. But here's candles, right? If you want to copy my settings, this is the color settings I have. You also want to make sure down here on the bottom right, you're in fucking New York time. So this isn't my time, this is New York time. Okay, so you can see the time down here as well. This is the price level, this is the time, okay? So price by time. And this goes for most charting platforms. This is all the same shit. Here's how you read a fucking candle, alright? You have candles. Here's how you read a candle. So there are four main parts to a candle. Where the fuck is the brush? Okay. Four main parts to a candle. Oh man, that looks so good. Okay. So this part right here, this is called a wick. This is called a body. Got it? Wick, body. Okay, so just remember body, thicker, wick. It's like the legs of the candle, the arms and the legs. So you have the low right here, the high right here, and then depending on if it's a green candle, which is probably going to be on your chart, you'll notice mine aren't fucking green. Mine are white, but the white and black, the black is just means red. It means it's a down candle, or down closed candle as we call it. And then white just means it's an up closed candle. But anyways, more on that later. Let's fucking talk about this shit. So, okay, cool. So depending on what color it is, man, I gotta quit cussing so much. It's terrible. Okay, so we'll start off. Okay, so low, high. Okay, let's just say, pretend this is a green candle. I'm gonna put G because I don't know how to change the color right now. And then that looks weird. And this one's gonna be red. Okay, green and red. If this is a green candle or an up closed candle, you have these 2 points right here, which is the top and bottom of the body. But these aren't called highs and lows. These are called open and close. So if it's a green candle, that means the open is always on the bottom. If it's a green candle, that means it went up. That's the whole point of the color coding. So you have right here, you have this shit would be the open. So right whenever it creates a new candle, because whatever time frame went on to the next, like the next minute or 15 minute open, it's going to open right here, and it's just going to look like this. Or it actually won't even fucking look like that. It'll just look like you'll see it like start like this. You'll see a little like thing, and you might see it like it body up a little bit, and then you might see it'll come over here, and it'll It'll come down a little bit more, but it's still green, and then it kind of like wicked up to here. See what I'm saying? And then it'll come down. Okay, whatever. I'm fucking terrible at explaining that. But if it's just remember that 4 parts. You have the open, the close, the high, and the low. So the green, you have the open on the bottom always. It's on the bottom because that's where it's going to open and start. So price starts here. It might come down a little bit like this. Okay, cool. And then it creates a low. And it looks like a red candle, and at that point in time, the body will be red, and it'll be all the way down here. You won't even have a wick on the top side. Then it comes up, hits this top side, and comes back down and probably rebalances down here where the close is. Okay? Red is the exact opposite. So high and low will always apply. High and low for the wick. You still have the body. The open is here. The low is here. So this candle right here, the open would be here, and like if it closed down here, and this shit didn't exist, this would be the close, and it'd be a red candle. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. Wow, that's a lot of shit. Cool. That's how you read a candle. Because I honestly had no one sit me down and teach me to read a candle. I mean, I was new to this shit. Like, you don't just like become this overnight. You don't be able to do this full time overnight. You have to put the work in, and you have to learn a lot. So believe me, don't underestimate how much I've learned. I promise you, I can teach you a lot. Okay, so why would you want to read a candlestick now? That's how you read a candlestick. Hopefully, I probably could have done that better, but hopefully that explains it a little bit. If not, you can ask any questions, like I said. Yeah, so why would you want to read a candlestick? Because there's something, and like I said, I'll get into it. I mentioned it earlier, and I'll get into it in a little bit of a later episode. But there is something called what is it fucking called? Price action. You have price action. That's the way price moves, and then you'll learn that price action moves in a certain pattern. Not always the exact same pattern, but it moves at certain levels and moves differently. It's not just randomly going up and down. There's reasons why price would be going up and down right here and creating these trends. And you need to know that for certain concepts, like I said, that we'll get into in the future. You'll need to learn that so that you know exactly what for exactly what like price is going to do. So like you can see it like on a line chart, this would just look like a fucking line that comes up. And this is going to be something I'll get into later. It's called a fair value gap. And this right here, rejected, came, whatever. Long story short, just trust me when I say this. It's going to make a lot more sense down the line. You just have to trust me. Use candles, learn candles. Don't use a fucking line chart ever for any fucking reason. Like, it's terrible. Like, you're not going to learn anything from it. You're just seeing where price is currently at. It's just going to move. You're not going to see if price went up before it went down. You're not going to see any of that shit. It's just going to go straight down. Like right here, boom, it would just go down like this. Okay. So a trend. Let's go like this. This is the 1 hour. That means each one of these candles is 1 hour. I'll actually probably do time frames first. Let me explain time frames to you first. So time frames, don't worry about this shit down here. This is like saying if you hit 1 day, it's going to, this is like, yeah, don't even do that. So you have the daily. The main time frames you're really going to use, and what I want you to use, is you need to use the daily, the 4 hour, the 1 hour, the 30 minute, the 15 minute, the 5 minute, 3, 2, and 1 minute. I don't really use the 2 and 3 minute anymore, but you can still spot some really good stuff in there. Primarily, I'm using the 1 hour, 15 minute, 5 minute, and 1 minute. They're all used for different things, and I'll explain that at a different time in a later episode. But I just want to get through this. So each one of these candles is 1 day. So the day opened at whatever time it fucking opened, and right here, like we talked about earlier, this is a daily candle. Daily time frame is also what it would be called, or just D, like this, 1H, 1M. They're always abbreviated. A lot of abbreviations in the trader community. Anyways, the open is here. It's a down close candle. Remember, this is red. Mine's black on my screen because that's the way I like it, but pause. So this is the open. It probably came up and whipped up right here a little bit. So right when it opened, that means it started right here. And then it came down, probably wicked past here a little bit. Came up, and the close It's not closed yet, but the close is still fluctuating until the next one opens, and then so on and so forth. So you can also see like right here, sometimes there's a little gap, but it's a lot better on a smaller time frame. If it closed here, the open's usually going to be adjacent to it. So right here, immediately to the right of that, this close is the open. And then it came down, closed right here, this is the open. Came up, closed here, this is the open. Came up, closed here, this is the open. And it's fluctuating now. Okay. So that's time frames. That's time frames for you. On your chart, you can click here and you could favorite each one of these. I don't even, like, I'm going to remove this shit right now. I don't even use the 2 and 3 minute anymore. But these right here, daily and down is what you want to use. We'll get into bias probably next episode. I'll explain to you. But generally, how to spot a trend, right? There's an uptrend and downtrend, and I'll explain both of those right now. That's not the one. Cool. Okay. Okay. Downtrend, uptrend. What makes this a downtrend specifically? By definition, this is exactly what the hell this is going to be here. My definition, at least. This is what a downtrend is. Boom. Let's pretend it started here. Boom. Okay. So a downtrend creates a high, then it creates a low, and I know this is a line, so I'll show you on candle. This is a line chart for simplicity reasons. I don't actually use these for any reason. They're just illustrative purposes. It's a lot easier to do this and draw a bunch of candles. So it comes up, creates a high, then creates a low, creates a high that fails to take this high. So it comes up, but it doesn't quite get up to that level. Comes down, breaks through this low, comes up, fails to break the last high, comes down, makes a new low down here. That's a downtrend. An uptrend is right the opposite. So that shit's gonna like that. Comes up, creates a high, comes down, comes up, breaks that high, comes down, fails to break that low. See how it didn't come down here? That's what I mean when I say break, it didn't come down here. Came up, right through that high. Down, up, right through that fucking high. That's an uptrend, that's a downtrend. Price is usually doing one of those two things. Or really one of three things, and I can get into it later, but there's called the power of three. We can get into that in a separate episode. But just remember, that's an uptrend and a downtrend. So let me show you on a candle chart real quick. The real way of looking at this shit. So just from looking at between here and here, what could you tell me between these times? All this shit right here, is it an uptrend or a downtrend? Okay, got it? Cool. Came up, created a high. Came down, failed to take this low. Came up, created a high, pushed right past that, come down, failed to take the low. Came up, right through the high. Then it came down and took the low. This right here, when it's between trends, is kind of what I like to call it sometimes. When it's between trends, this shit right here, this is all noise. It's just noise, and it's called consolidation. It looks like a fucking barcode. Just up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. There's no real defined trend, and then it came up. This is a high, this is a low, came up, broke this high, came down, failed to take the low, came up, broke the high, etc. Spotting trends is probably the first best thing to do. It's the best thing to do. Same here, this is a downtrend. It's a very short downtrend, that's why it's so steep. Okay. I don't think I missed anything. Okay. Before you get into trading, I was talking about time, trading versus investing. So yeah, trading takes a lot less capital, but you can make a lot more money if you use prop firms, which is what I would recommend starting on. Well, you start on demo, but so also, real quick disclaimer, before you get into trading, do not trade with real money. Like, for the love of God, do not trade with real money. You need to start out demo trading. If you download TradingView, you can come down here to Trading Panel, and you can hit paper trading and set how much money you have and literally hit buy and sell, and you can kind of just see how price moves and how much money you'd be up or down. I'll probably go over actually one more thing here. Um, no, I don't know if I have time for that. So okay, so cool. So look, we'll do that next. We'll do that next episode. So if you have any questions, leave them in the comments. I can help you. My goal here is to be your mentor and to try to change your life the same way that you changed mine. I do literally fucking nothing but this all day and manage my Discord. That's all I fucking do all day, and it's great. And I get to make content and show you guys. I don't have to do this, but I'm doing it because I want to help you. So please, any comments, any questions, any concerns, put them in the comments. I'm not going to judge you. I don't care if it sounds like a stupid question. I'm teaching the basics here. I don't care how basic the question is. I'm not going to clown you for it. I'm not. We're not trying to build a toxic community here. We're trying to be supportive and helpful, like-minded people, and we're striving for perfection. So, yep. This is the start. Okay. This is the start. This is what's going to start to change your life. Just starting off, doing this, learning this very slowly and simply, and I'm teaching you. And I'm trying to make sure I over-explain because sometimes when I was learning, I felt like it was kind of being under-explained. So I'm making sure that I would rather over-explain it than under-explain it. But at the end of the day, I still might not answer all questions. It's not possible to. So like I said, please comment. Subscribe. Consider subscribing. I'm going to be posting a lot more content like this. I'm going to make a whole playlist for it. I got to figure out what kind of fucking name I want to give it, but some sort of boot camp or something. Um, what else? Yeah, I mean, leave a like, man. Honestly, it helps me a lot, and that's it. All right, peace out. See you next time.